Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Downtown Yereskipu Square. That's where we are, in the area known as Yereskipu, and we're heading out towards the Paphos airport. So that's the direction we're going, away from Paradise, which is the Paphos, and of course we are heading out towards the airport. Sometimes that's a wonderful place to go, of course, if you are coming into Paphos, but of course a bit depressing when you're leaving. But hopefully you'll come back again and again. Now, as you can see, there's a little bit of surfacing been going on there. The Gumbarra number one, the mayor's done a bit of potholing in his spare time, and a bit more over here, but still the roads are completely and utterly Sherlock Holmes, that is for sure. So lady so sweet Caroline, poor Lord Nigel another tot or two, and get your bottom onto the memory foam pillow, because I promise you it's going to be an uncomfortable ride as we come out of the Yereskipu area. Now in a moment I'm going to scare the living daylights out of someone, because I've got a co-pilot with me, and well, there we go.
Oh my goodness. Hello everybody, how nice to see you again and again. Mr. Paul always scares me to death.
There we are. So that's the co-pilot today, Miss Ochin receiving out of the booth, who just happens to be the most beautiful woman in the world. Now we're heading out towards the Paphos airport, as I've said, so I'm going to give you some focal points and some landmarks along the way. But before we do, we're going to go and check with the breakfast crew. There we are. We'll have a guess me a clue game in a minute or something like that. Anyway, we're going to go and check in. Miss Vivian, are you raring to go? Yes, she's got some nice fresh cakes and some special cupcakes for some very special superstars indeed today. And of course Miss Nessie, when she's not out and about in the Black Beast. Marika is stealing my English, that's for sure, just sitting next to me. But anyway, when Miss Nessie's not rampaging around in the Shropshire area or crossing across to Wales with her partner in crime, Mr. Andy, in the Black Beast Range Rover, she helps out in the kitchen and likes to dish up a nice cup of Earl Grey to the dame in a nice bone china cup. That's Dame Anne, if you're wondering. She's got her own sofa just over there. She's in charge of, well, a lot of things, to be honest. She's in charge of all promotions, demotions, head removals and all those kind of things, and she's also in charge of the bling. So good morning to you, Dame Anne, hope you're feeling well. And of course on your left hand side you've got one of the Ronnies, Viking Ronnie. He's sitting there with his filter coffee and a nice piece of malted toast. Good morning to you, Ronnie. And of course on the other arm she's got the man in charge of all the law and order, and he's from Bonnie, Scotland, and his name is Ronnie Miller. Good morning to you, Ronnie. Got a nice cup of tea and a rich tea biscuit going on. So, Chrissy Booth, what do you think of the weather?
The weather is absolutely spectacular.
It's not bad, is it?
For this time of the year, we couldn't even dream of to having a
No, we're having a very mild winter indeed. Miss Dawn, if you're sitting there with Mr. Sean, and of course Daisy the cat, who was abducted from Cyprus many years ago, who now resides in downtown Derbyshire, of course with your little furry friend, the dog called Bo. The temperature today is around about 18 degrees. The sky is, well, pretty blue. Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue, and of course when I looked out the window the sea was certainly very blue indeed. So all that's actually missing is
you, of course you. So get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy, because we all are impatiently waiting just for you.
There we are. Now, how's your English going on with these tongue twisters?
My English will be much better, even though many people said to me not to improve it, don't do it, you're not gonna be the same. I agree with you, but it's always a good chance to learn English wherever you want it to be.
Well, you're learning a bit of Hebrew at the moment as well.
Yes.
Yes. But you've forgotten that one. You're practicing it, aren't you?
I am practicing it.
Yes.
And I've got it written on my piece of paper,
yes,
in my block note, which Miss Andrea presented me. Thank you, my darling. And this is where I'm going to write all my language,
all your tongue twisters. Yes. So Miss Andrea, that's Andrea Mart, by the way. Go and search in YouTube, Andrea Mart, and of course You'll find them racing around in the Norfolk area, shall we say, and now and again they pop into Norwich. They were in Great Yarmouth the other day, and I must say the beaches around there are spectacular. Quiet and cold, but the beaches are absolutely spectacular, that's for sure. Anyway, when they were in downtown Paphos and we partied a little bit, they brought 1 or 2 gifts, a nice pair of blue running shoes or sport shoes for me, and they brought a very nice Norfolk tea cloth with some phrases on that, which Arching Cecilia Booth is going to memorise and then repeat on camera, and a nice little book. So in that book she's going to jot down some of the phrases that people say to her that she likes. And like I say, Viking Ronnie, who's originally from Israel, who now lives in Denmark, who sits on the left hand side of the Dayman, that man, yes, on the sofa over there, he is writing little tongue twisters in Hebrew. So Miss Arching Cecilia Booth is now trying to learn them. So the translation apparently is going to come soon. So she doesn't even know what she's learning. But it's going to be fun, Cecilia.
I'm just learning.
Yeah? So you're going to be like a parrot and just say,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah? But it'll be funny. And well, we know there's another person over in Israel that watches. We have a lady that watches us. I can't pronounce your name, so I'm not even going to try. Don't take that as an insult, but she comments now and again, and she seems to be an absolute superstar, and that's for sure. So please, perhaps you've got a smaller, shorter name, a nickname. Perhaps we can use that name, because I can't pronounce your Christian name. In fact, I can't pronounce my own Christian name, so there we go. My pronunciation is completely and utterly Charles Dickens, or even worse than that, Sherlock Holmes. Where does the words Charles Dickens come from? Well, that comes from the Andrea and Mark channel. When something's not quite right or something's not very good, they use the words Charles Dickens, whereas we use Sherlock Holmes. I'm not sure who is the more famous of the two, possibly Sherlock Holmes. Yes, Chrissy?
But Charles Dickens was also, in his times, in those times,
he was
a
very, very
famous man.
We'll have to come up with a phrase William Shakespeare as well for something, won't we?
Yes.
When something perhaps is way, way beyond Sherlock Holmes, we'll call it a William Shakespeare.
Probably.
And a to be or not to be.
To be
Where
or
aren't
not to
they?
be.
Where aren't they? My Romeo or whatever. Anyway, that takes me back to when I was studying at school. I had to do Romeo and Juliet and Othello, and never really got my tongue round it or my head round it, and well, failed. That's how it goes. So where are we now? Well, this is actually Timmy. We're in the village of Timmy, and believe it or not, that's where Paphos Airport is located as well. So there's a restaurant coming up on the left-hand side, which is the Laundress. Is that how you pronounce it, Christina?
Yeah.
Yeah, cafe bar restaurant. Quite a good restaurant, to be honest. Very popular with locals and foreigners alike. And then if you notice, there's a lot of cars parked up now because we're on a Sunday. Leighton's a little secret, it's Sunday today. And well, you're not going to see the video till Monday, but it's actually Sunday when we're making the video. And all of these cars are parked up because they're going to the Timmy Market, which is on our left-hand side. And it's quite busy, to be honest. That's an S-Class there, receiving.
Wow.
Look at that. Wow.
Beautiful.
Yes. We've got a thing about S-Class Mercedes, if you understand me. And guess what? Leighton's a little secret. Once we've dropped you off at the Paphos Airport, we're off to Larnaca because we're going to go and look at what Arching Cecilia Booth called a dolly. Is that right?
Yes, that car was really superior. I would like to say that not many things I understand in the cars, but I leave it for Mr. Paul. The only thing I can tell you for sure that I've got a very good taste in cars and the men's.
That was clever, that was. Very, very clever indeed. We'll have to take you to some more close shops. I bet Dame Anne's having a chuckle on that one as well. I bet Miss Andrea's chuckling, and I bet so sweet is as well. And I bet Justine is laughing her socks off. She's thinking, that's my clever sister-in-law, Miss Marika. That's
It's my
sure.
pleasure when all these lovely girls are laughing to talking. It means I live my life for somebody in order to make their lives happier. and more funnier. What can be better?
That's what it's all about. The Marika and Me channel is about bringing a bit of fun and a bit of sun and a bit of blueness, which is over there in the very, very distance, into your life. And if we can cheer you up for that one little second, that will mean that our job is done. Now, on that note, we're coming to the Paphos airport and we're going to drop you off and say cheerio, and we'll see you next time. But if you'd like to help the channel grow, why not go through to our about page where you can click the Buy Me a Coffee icon. And we'd like to say thank you for many, many people who have done in the most recent past. In fact, today, big shout out to our German friends up in northern Germany, Mr. Dirk, Mr. Michael, very, very much appreciated. Thank you very much. We will convert it into coffee and into liquid benzene and pop it in the tank to allow us to keep on going and making those special videos for you. Big shout out to Craig and Tracy and the boys. Thanks for the coffee. And it goes on and on. Ian Crawford, thank you very much. Ronnie's, thank you very much. That's the two Ronnies, by the way. So I'm going to say it's goodbye from me, and of course it's goodbye from him.
And I would like to tell you many thanks again and again for coming back, for making our lives so happy, because without you we wouldn't be here. We're loving you to bits and kissing you from the bottom of our two hearts.
So we're rapidly approaching the Paphos airport, and if you're curious to know, without checking your clock there, how long it's taken us, well, it's around about 12 to 15 minutes from Yereskipu to the Paphos airport. So if you are in one of the beachside hotels in downtown Cape of Paphos, in a car, if you're hiring one, or you've borrowed one, or you've stolen one, or you happen to own one, it's going to take you between 15 and 20 minutes. If you're in a taxi, well, it depends on the lunacy that perhaps going through his mind. It could be as low as 10 minutes, or it could be as long as half an hour if he's taking you by a Nicosia. But there we go. Right, this is the final descent. This is the final straight, and at the end of this straight is Paphos International Airport. A great little airport, by the way, whether you've been here or not. It's a humble little airport, but quite modern, and it's got a nice welcoming area when you arrive, and of course a very nice departure area. But it's not an airport where you're going to get lost, if you understand me. There's one way in and there's one way out, and there's a lot of friendly staff around who will point you in the right direction. So don't worry, if it's the first time coming to Paphos, you're going to have a great flight, you're going to have a great arrival, and you're going to have an even better holiday. And if you're even unlucky, you might get to meet Miss Ochinquisiviala Booth and Mr. Paul. Here we are, Paphos International Airport. Did you have a chuckle then, Grisivi?
Yes.
Yes, did you?
Yeah.
Well, some people think they're lucky to meet us, don't they? But I think most people think that they've been very, very unlucky if they get to meet us.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think
Most
so.
of the
It's my little
people,
joke.
if anything, all the people, and I remember all of our dearest family when they were greeting us and they were hugging us, and then we had to say to them goodbye in this very place, or not in this place, or somewhere in Paphos. And most of them used to come here and start their lovely flight. And I believe that if you want to say hello, if it's not your native country, you have to say goodbye, because the next time is always coming hello.
Yeah, and they'll always come back. Or they say in French, they don't like to say goodbye, they say au revoir. So, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Bye.